From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the San Francisco 49ers. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 180!
A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman, and able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The Bengals take over first and 10. Get ready. Their own 3-yard line.
Hands up! 20!
Mike 54. Hey, that's scared. That's scared.
This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 4-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I can't believe they even let you play.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. On 3rd down, Mixon. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. On the return is Pettis. Fights through, and now a crease. And he's in for the 49ers score.
Touchdown, San Francisco.
They get the stop defensively, force the punt. They score without their offense even stepping on the field.
I remember playing on special teams and teasing the guys on offense like, look, you don't even worry about it. You guys just hang out over there. We'll bring this one all the way back and get the points we need. In this case, they actually got that done.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Andy Dalton. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. 11 yards there, first down. So we have now seen connection number 1 between Dalton and Adriel Jeremiah, A.J. Green.
Say that again?
Adriel Jeremiah.
Look at you. You are full of knowledge and information. And you know something? I bet Andy Dalton learned his full name as well because he figured out quickly, this is going to be my number 1 target. I got to know this guy in a big way.
2nd and 6 at the 45-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Dalton now to pass. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here's Kevin Huber now. Remember, his first attempt was returned for a touchdown. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. To throw on 2nd and 6. Garoppolo. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Geno Atkins busting through to get him for a loss of 6. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. Here's this out for Matthews. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. And from down in Miami, an update. It's the Dolphins that have jumped out to the early lead against the Patriots. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. To throw here, Dalton. Going deep downfield for Ross. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for. And now it's 3rd down.
There's no shyness there pushing the ball downfield, but I like the coverage on the play. In good position. And when you have a 50-50 ball, who's going to come down with it? I like the way they made the play, came across, and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. Dalton to his big target, Eifert for the Cincinnati first.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Mixon with a first down carry. The Pro Bowl corner, Jason Verrett, on the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
He's going to air it out deep for Green. This is caught inside the 15. A big play. Dalton to his favorite receiver, Green. 41 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun to give to Mixon. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. On the toss, Mixon. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
Came up about a yard short, but I can't help it, Brandon. I love it when the big guy gets the football and he tries to battle his way forward. There's something about those guys carrying the ball and watching people trying to stop them. That's just great theater.
Check, check. Watch me before. Watch me before. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. It's the fullback. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Bullock good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. A reminder coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one from Atlanta. Eagles and Falcons, 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow on Monday Night Football, Odell Beckham back in New York, back in MetLife Stadium. Browns and Jets, 8:15 Eastern on Monday night. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Oh, yeah, coming. Watch twist. Watch twist.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. To throw is Garoppolo. Oh, he almost had the rare interception. The big fella couldn't hang on, though. Incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10 at their own 26. Now Joe Mixon. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Now, after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Second down, Dalton. Left side complete, Safarian Jenkins. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
Now the Bengals on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. Dalton here from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if we're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Now, meanwhile, over in Baltimore, and the Ravens now really pouring it on. That'll be a game to monitor as we go along. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Play action, Garoppolo. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Coleman now. Now a loose football. Coleman lost it, and the Bengals grab it, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Tackle that time by Jarquiski Tart.
A good solid game there on 1st down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
Hands up, ladies!
On 2nd and 7, Dalton. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his 2nd drop of the game. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. And Dalton to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick 6s.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 26. 6-yard line.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think...
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, it's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180!
Come on. I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo dancing to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, it's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground here with Bernard. He'll have a first down past the 40. Giovanni Bernard, nothing but green grass. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. A big play there for Cincinnati. Give him 58 yards on the ground. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. Here's Dalton. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of...
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Geno Atkins able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
65, 65.
Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And he'll be taken down at the 18. An 8-yard gain, so that gets him halfway there. Now they're left with a 3rd and 8 more. The Niners on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey, alert! Alert! Alert!
50 seconds left. I don't think you got it, son.
Hey, orbit!
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Bring it. Bring it.
12, fellas, here we go.
Mike, 57. You got nothing.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 28-yard line.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll begin here with Bernard. He'll have a first down past the 40, and he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. From the gun, Dalton. That's complete to John Ross. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 18 yards to pick up there.
A pickup of 18 yards.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Dalton flush to his right. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Now, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Dalton. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number. Not in this league. But a drop under...
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case.
It's a foot race. The 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida, his first touchdown of the new season. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing again. Dalton. Throw left side complete. It's Boyd. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. So they are going for it. Now Dalton. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
You better bring it. We're good. We're good.
Dalton right back on the horse after the pick six. Caught, Safarian Jenkins, right side. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Dalton gives to Bernard. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Fakes the give to Bernard. Dalton. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. Brought down around the 16 or 17. Had a nice move, but couldn't free much space. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Here we go. Here we go. Wait, 80!
Get some penetration here. Get some penetration.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 33. Avoiding the tackle, Bernard. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there for Cincinnati. 58 yards. Now a carry for Bernard. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Mine's 54. Mine's 54.
He's going to sneak it. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. And Dalton will just sneak it. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a fourth down. Defense didn't budge on third down. Now what are we going to see on fourth?
We're soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Rodney Anderson with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead.
Oh, this is what I love about calling these games. 4th and goal. This is all about leverage, who wants it more, and who's going to get it done at the point of attack, the line of scrimmage.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They begin the drive with Coleman. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. And now Garoppolo lost the football, and the Bengals grab it. Down the numbers. There he goes. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. Like 20.
32 the mic. Silver. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Hey, alert.
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Rolling to his right. And Garrett Selleck here on the completion.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Kill.
They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Boy, tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. And it's second down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got a lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Sean Williams. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Handoff comes to Anderson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. All right, here's Dalton. On the right side, caught by Green. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
56, the mark, boy. 56. Check, 56.
They'll try to pass on 4th down. Dalton. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Back to throw. Open man is Ross, complete. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, it's a give to Anderson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Dalton operating in the red zone now. That is caught inside the 5. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Tyler Boyd with time running out. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. A very important extra point there, up and good, and we may very well be headed to overtime. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Wait, 80!
And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now McKinnon to start the drive. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward, and it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Here we go. Two. We own it. Move.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
13. Hey, gun.
57. Hey, let's get off the field, D.
First throw of OT for Garoppolo. He finds McKinnon, complete. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Gets this one left side to Pettis. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 7 yards there and a first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
21. Here we go.
Now Garoppolo leads from McKinnon on the draw. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Throw right side, taken in by Pettis. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Here we go. 80!
On first down, here's Breida. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it. Because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. Off the play fake to McKinnon, it's Garoppolo. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Garoppolo now. And this will be caught. It's a touchdown. And absolute stunned silence here as they have come in and stolen this one in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for San Francisco, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.